Hello everybody, just coming back from the World Championship Under 24. This is why I celebrate the losing of Italy against Belgium with the Belgium coach jersey, but it's okay. Today we are going to analyze with the Morri analysis the French National Championship and what happened a couple of weeks ago. In the open division in France, the final was Chuck against It's No Good and Yaka against Lilliput. The final between It's No Good and Chuck immediately start with a couple of break from the Chuck D-line. They immediately start to pulling with blade pull, and they are using the fact that there is a lot of wind and there are uncertain throw from the It's No Good O-line in trouble in the first part of the game. In this video you can see how the Chuck used the different blade pull or normal pull to slow down and speed up the defensive game and the flow of the opposite team. And you can see some mistake from the It's No Good guys. In this part you can see Chuck changing a little bit and deciding to do a zone to slow down the rhythm of It's No Good, and again there is another break from their side, put immediately the game in one side for one of the two teams. In this little sketch you can see a reaction from It's No Good. They are going to score with a long hack, but you can also see that Lucas Buchon is forced deep to avoid the possibility from him to touch a lot of disc in the handling zone and avoid the probability of the best thrower to resolve the game. In the next video you can see also the offensive system of Chuck. Chuck is really well structured in offense, also because they have two middle-hander player lefty, plus Quentin Roger that is right hand but also lefty hand, and you have 3 of the 7 players of the O-line of Chuck able to play with the inside backhand break, and also since the group of people right thrower, 4 good thrower, it's difficult to stop them because they are used to change point of attack and using the different skills of the lefty player and the righty player. Again, in this video you can see the reaction of Itno. They decided to force Chuck using a zone 3-2-2, a warm defense like a wall, to slow down the flow of Chuck, and there is a mistake from Chuck and finally a break from Itno. Put them back in the game. And again you can see another action where Itno decide to do a zone or junk defense, put again in trouble the Chuck O-line, go out of the rhythm, and there is another break, give the chance to Itno to go back in the game. But at the end the half time will be closed at 8-5 for Chuck, because like I said there was a strong start from Chuck, immediately put the game in one side for Chuck. To close the analysis of the Open French National Final, I can say that at the end the Itno team paid the price of the bad start, because in the second part of the second half, again the Chuck D-line will score 2 more breaks, and then the gap between Itno and Chuck is too big, and at the end the game will finish 15-11 for the Chuck team. Now we are going to analyze the final women of the French National Championship between Yaka and Lilliput. Lilliput have done a good championship because they reached the final with a good result, but they also pay the price that there are a young team with less experience in finals. I pick up 2 videos just to give you the idea. The first video you can see Yaka immediately start with flat and strong mark on the disc, and immediately after the turnover they score super quick, and then they don't give the time to Lilliput to go back in the game and go back in the defense system to avoid the break. The other video I decided to put inside also if the final is going to finish 15-2 for Yaka. You can see a lot of turnover from Lilliput that basically pay the price that they play only in the open side, and they never speed up the speed of the offense, trying to dampen swing and accelerate on the other side, Also, you can see difficulty connect to the good mark from Yaka for the Lilliput to break the mark, and this is why they are in trouble to challenge this game, because the experience is a lot. Also, if there is a little bit of wind, like there was in these finals, open and women, it's difficult to use the isolation, because if you are young or you are not a good thrower, there are more trouble if you find a flat and strong mark on the disc, and obviously strong marker on the cutters. This is why the game finished 15-2 for Yaka, and Yaka is again a champion of France. To close this Morri match analysis, I'm going to put the focus of this analysis on 3 points. An alternation of defense between matchup defense, junk or zone defense is good because speed up and slow down the flow of the opposite team. And this is really noisy. It's a thing the offensive team don't like. When you have a team like Chuck able to change the style of defense, a good offense, really well organized, is in trouble, because sometimes you have a match defense you can play quick, and sometimes you have to play slow because there is a poaching defense or a zone defense. And if you are not ready, if you don't work at home on these skills, you are in trouble. The second point I want to put your focus is connect to the fact of the choice of a kind of defense, match or junk or zone. There is also the choice of the pull. Having the blade pull, or having a normal pull, or having a short pull, or having a long pull, tap in and rolling out is a tactical choice in heading of the noise already created by the choice of the defense. Then when you change the pull, when you have different puller can do good pulls, the opposite team is in trouble because cannot organize the pull play. And the third point is that in between the thing I told you from the offensive perspective or defensive perspective, is really important the choice of the coach or the choice of the captain about the player put in the pitch. Deciding when you want to have a strong line, decide to risk when you want to play with a normal line, decide to put in defense a huge marker, maybe slower but huge, can cover the disc and the break marking from the offensive team, or maybe decide to put quick and small people to create more fatigue on the angling area. And this is the third strategy you have to work on in your practice or on your tournament. Now I'm going to give you a usual three drill you can do at home in your practice, or you can try to apply in your warm-up before a game. One is, like I told already in different episodes, cut the pitch in different slices and decide that the first slice of field between the pool area and the brick area you have to play starting 10. When you enter in the gray zone between the brick point and the brick point, you must play starting 5, and when you are in the red zone in front of the end zone you have to play starting 3, because this is good to work on the behave to play against different type of defense, speed up or slow down the game. When you have the entire pitch, obviously we used to play stalling 10 because you have to wait for the isolation and the full play start. When you are in the great zone, you don't have to keep the disc too much long in your hand. It's better to play until stalling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and after if there is no flow, try to change the point of attack or break the mark or give a dump and swing. And this is why my suggestion in this drill you can do at home is to play stalling 5 in the middle of the pitch. In front of the end zone obviously is a suggestion, but if you play stalling 3, you avoid the problem to give D-line the time to orbitate on your end zone set play. I know a lot of teams like to play slow in the front of the end zone, but this is a suggestion. You can also decide to do the opposite. You can also decide to play stalling 3 on the pool, stalling 5 in the middle again, and stalling 10 in front of the end zone. This is a suggestion. Thank you very much. Have a good summer, have a good July. Watch the European Master Championship and see you maybe in August or in September. Ciao!